Today, the next topic, fertilization to fetal development. That means after fertilization, how the fetal develops. The young one, how it is getting developed in mother's womb. Okay. So fertilization in human is internal and occurs in the oviduct of the female genital tract. It takes place usually in the ampulla of the fallopian tube. An oocyte is alive for about 24 hours after it is released from the follicle. Fertilization must take place within 24 hours. The sperm enters into the ovum and fuses with it, resulting in the formation of a zygote. This process is called as fertilization, and the zygote is a fertilized ovum. So here in this paragraph only you have to know what is fertilization. So the fertilization is, the definition is, the sperm fuses with the ovum, resulting in the formation of a zygote. This process is called as fertilization. In between all, what is the words, that all no need. The sperm fuses with the ovum, results in the formation of zygote. This process is called as fertilization. Now, how the zygote means the cell division has not taken place. It is not a zygote means just it after the fertilization. What is this newly formed cell is called as a zygote. So this zygote, it is a fertilized ovum. Okay, and slowly the cell division takes place, and when the zygote develops, when the cell division starts, it will be called as the embryo. Developing zygote is called as embryo. Okay. So after the fertilization, what is the first after the fertilization of the sperm and the ovum, what is the first cell formed is called as the fertilized ovum, and that it is called as the zygote. Okay. Now cleavage and the formation of the blastula. How this zygote enters into the blastula. The first cleavage takes place about 30 hours after fertilization. So after 30 hours after the fertilization, within that 30 hours only the first cleavage will be formed. Cleavage is a series of rapid mitotic division, the zygote to form many celled blastula. So this zygote, I told, it undergoes cell division. The mitotic division is called as the cell division. Mitotic cell division takes place, and the zygote has many layers of blastula or blastocyst, which comprises an outer layer of smaller cells and an inner mass of larger cells. Outer is smaller cells and inside it is the larger cells. Now implantation, how it gets implanted inside this. Implanted means getting attached to this blastula. That is called as implantation. Okay. The blastocyst or the fertilized egg reaches the uterus and gets implanted in the uterus. So this fertilized egg what will happen, it will go inside the uterus and it gets implanted there, get fixed there. Okay, it gets fixed there. That is called as implantation. The process of attachment of the blastocyst to the uterine wall is called implantation. So what is implantation? That means this fertilized egg or the ovum which goes inside the uterus and gets fixed into the uterus is called as implantation. Okay, the fertilized egg becomes implanted in about 6 to 7 days after fertilization. After fertilization, within 6 to 7 days, this egg will go and get fixed. So after the fertilization is over, what will happen? The first cleavage will be formed. It will be having many layers. Outer layer will be thin layers and inside it will be thick layers. After this fertilized egg will move into the uterus and it gets implanted there. And after getting implanted, it gets starts its development, or it fertilized becomes implanted in about 6 to 7 days. After 6 to 7 days only it gets implanted or get fixed into the uterus. Okay. Now gastrulation, the transformation of blastula into gastrula and the formation of the primary germ layers, ectoderm, mesoderm and endoderm. These germ layers you have studied in your 9th standard, right? What are germ layers, what is radial symmetry, what is that all you have studied. I think so, you remember the 3 layers of this ectoderm, mesoderm, endoderm, that all. So these germ layers will be formed inside this blastula. By arrangement of the cells is called as gastrulation. So this arrangement of cells, the 3 layers or the germ layers, is called as gastrulation. The process is called as gastrulation. This takes place after the process of implantation. After this fertilized ovum get into the uterus and gets implanted in that, after that only these germ layers will be formed. Then Then organogenesis. Organogenesis means are the program where the slowly the each organs gets developed for this zygote, for the developing embryo. Okay, the establishment of the germ layers, namely ectoderm, mesoderm, and endoderm, initiates the final phase of embryonic development. So when the zygote gets first undergoes the mitotic cell division, the cleavage will be formed, the blastula will be formed, then this fertilized ovum will move into the uterus, get implanted there within 6 to 7 days. After that, the germ layers will be formed, 3 layers: ectoderm, mesoderm, and endoderm. And after this ectoderm endoderm is that embryonic cell will start developing, the organism will be start developing. This division of cell division when takes place, embryos start developing, that is called as organogenesis. During organogenesis, the various organs of the fetus are established. So slowly one organ will start developing for this fetus, the developing embryo. It will start eyes, ears, nose, each and everything slowly it start organs will be formed during that time from the different germ layers attaining a functional stage. Slowly each organ also will start functioning independently. Formation of placenta. Placenta means how in the fluid like thing where there is a fetus lies is called as the placenta, or the protection, okay, fluid. The placenta is a dish-shaped structure attached to the uterine wall and is temporarily association between the developing embryo and the maternal tissue. That is just a layer of tissue which shows the attachment between the maternal means mother's tissues and the child's or the fetus tissues. Okay, just a temporary association, after that it will go off. Okay, it allows the exchange of the food materials, diffusion of oxygen, excretion of nitrogen waste, and elimination of the carbon dioxide. So these all things from the child, this all is from through the placenta only, through this placenta only it moves to the child. Placenta, you know, the connection between the mother and the child. So through this only the nitrogen waste, food materials, carbon dioxide, oxygen, everything through the mother only it gets to the child. Okay, it is just temporary. A cord containing blood vessels that connects the placenta with the fetus is called as the umbilical cord. So the blood vessels, the blood also has to reach to the child, isn't it? So the blood vessels, it is a temporary cord connecting the mother and the child. That connection, that cord means a wire like thing. Blood vessels that connects the placenta with the fetus is called as the umbilical cord. So what is umbilical cord also is very important. The cord connecting the blood vessels connects the placenta with the fetus is called as the umbilical cord. Pregnancy. Now the pregnancy period is called as gestation. It is a time period during which the embryo attains its development in the uterus. When an embryo fully develops inside the uterus is called as a gestation period. Normally gestation period of human lasts for about 280 days. So for 280 days the gestation or the pregnancy period has 280 days. During pregnancy, the uterus expands up to 500 times of its normal size. 500 times bigger, larger size it will expand. Okay, a normal uterus order 500 times it will expand when a fetus is developing or when an embryo is developing inside a mother. Okay, now parturition or the childbirth. Parturition is the expulsion of the young one from the mother's uterus at the end of the gestation. When this 280 days gets completed and when the embryo has attained its maturity or completed its growth inside the childbirth takes place. That full period after that is over, the child will get expelled from the mother. Oxytocin from the posterior pituitary stimulates the uterine contraction and provides the force to expel the baby from the uterus, causing the birth. So oxytocin hormone, when it is secreted from the pituitary gland, it reduces the walls of the uterus, and because of that pressure, when the uterus 500 times it has been enlarged and it starts slowly contracting, and because of this hormone it pushes the child out of the uterus. The lactation period is after the birth, the milk secreted, the milk production of milk from the mammary glands of the from the mother is called as lactation. So we'll underline what is lactation. The process of milk production after the childbirth from the mammary glands of the mother is called as lactation, and the first fluid coming from that the mammary gland is called as the after child's birth is called as colostrum. So milk production from the alveoli of mammary glands is stimulated by the prolactin secreted from the anterior pituitary. Anterior pituitary, the ejection of milk is stimulated by the posterior pituitary. Pituitary will be prolactin helps in the stimulator to get the milk, and the ejection of milk is by the oxytocin. Okay, so these are the how the lactation takes place. Now, information bits. The milk produced from the breast during the first 2 to 3 after the childbirth is called as colostrum. It contains immune substance and provides immunity to the newborn, which is essential for the body. This is very important. What is colostrum? Already we have marked, but this also answer you can write what is colostrum and how it develops immunity in the child. Now, what are the next reproductive health? How we have to take care of the newborn baby or the mother? That is the health. So, some national health programs such as Family Welfare Program, reproductive and child health care centers are there to take care of the as well as the mother and child after the birth. So, World Health Organization means which takes place and regulate the woman's or after the birth what all we have to carry out the safety measures, or what all the mother or the child should, how they have to be taken care, that all is done by the national health programs. And what all the booster doses, what all the vaccines should be given to the child, everything will be told by the national health programs or the child health care program. So, Family Welfare Program, the National Family Welfare Program is a comprehensive scheme which includes maternal and the child health care, both mother and the maternal means mother and the child care, immunization of mothers, infants and the children. What all the vaccines should be taken when the mother is pregnant or after the childbirth, what the vaccine should be given to the child, that everything will be discussed in that. The nutrition supplements to pregnant woman, what all the nutritious food we have to provide to the mother when she is pregnant. Contraception with health education to motivate couples to accept contraceptive methods and to have small family norms which improve the economic status, living status and quality of life. You know that it's this thing from that small family will be a healthy family. That means if the members are less, we can provide the enough education, nutritional food, everything will be easy to provide them. If it's a very big family, it will be difficult for all the everything to get satisfied for that family. So that all we have to take care of that, and accordingly the health program or the child health care or the national health programs, they will inform us how to go with that all. Reproductive and child health care, RCH program, pregnancy and the childbirth, postnatal care of the mother and the child after the birth, what all the care we have to give for the mother and the child, importance of breastfeeding, why the mother has to give the milk to the child, prevention of reproductive tract infection, sexually transmitted diseases, how to prevent the diseases that is caused by infections or something after the childbirth, that everything will be discussed in that. So we'll stop it today here. The next section we'll do it in the live class. Okay, thank you, students.